Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Academania session. I am your host, as usual, Odhiambo Frederick, and today be braced for something very amazing. Once again, I have a young guest in the house, a friend and a family friend. Long time, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Welcome. Can you please tell the viewers who you are, what you do, and why you think you're here today?
Yeah, so I'm here to tell you about, and also to give you some motivation in doing some things that we're going to be discussing in this video. And also, as you know, my name is Hiram Katieno, and I also have some channels. Yes, I will get to them in the video.
All right. So, Hiram, what are you currently doing? I mean, where do you currently school? Which grade are you in right now? And what are some of the subjects that you do?
Yeah, so personally, in our program, it depends on which part. Like in English, I am.
Wait a minute. Which program?
Yeah, we largely use Sunlight program.
So you're also doing homeschooling program, which
Yes.
you use Sunlight program.
Yes.
So largely within your program, you have which subjects?
We have English, mathematics. Mathematics we shifted to use the popular art of problem solving. I know some of you know it. And we also use, for English, we use John Steinbeck. And the rest we use Sunlight, like English. Science we use Answers in Genesis. Yes.
Okay, so those are some of the subjects which you learn, so to say.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of your academic passions?
Yeah, in academic passions, I personally like history, geography. The reason why I like history is because of we are looking at the past to explore the present. And for us to look at the present, we need to learn from the mistakes that were done in the past. Yeah.
And of course, also if you want to better the present, you also look at what had been done in the past, and then you build on it.
Yeah, most great leaders actually are into history, like Prime Minister of India, Modi, Narendra Modi. Yeah.
So what motivated you mostly to love history? You know, history and geography are but a very few people's choice of likings. Especially for young people, you will rarely find young people who love history and geography. What really motivated you to love these two subjects in particular?
Yeah, so at first I liked learning about the past. And I just liked, to me it was fun. I know to some of you it was not fun.
Yeah, to some of us, mastering the dates and having a lot of stories to read. Okay, that is my perspective of history. By then, that history is so much of stories that once took place and a lot of dates. But for you, it's a little bit different.
Yes.
What's your perspective of history?
Yeah, in history, what do you mean by perspective?
Okay, so you see, for me, in my case, it was like too much stories, boring to read, a lot of dates to master, a lot of things to cram. So, what about you? Like, what is your take on history?
Yeah, history is a very interesting topic, according to me. Like studying the Indus Valley civilization, you start wondering how in the world were they more advanced. Like in the drainage systems, we heard about the floods in China, eastern China, and many of those things. We explored them, and we know that. And the floods in Pakistan, surprisingly, those drainage systems were able to capture the water. Yes, built by the Asians. So that can be very amazing to know what and how in the world were they able to do it. Yeah, so we can learn from the Asians. Yeah.
You see, I've always been asking myself how really the people in ancient Egypt. I don't know whether ancient Egypt civilization is also part of your passion, but I've also been wondering really how did they manage to build those constructive those mega things, those big things, and yet during that time they didn't have machines like we do. Maybe your history classes and your history lesson can tell us more about it.
It's a place of controversy. Like some of you might think it's alien.
Yeah, some people have of course there are conspiracy theorists who already say some think it's the aliens which came and constructed them, but maybe you have something different
Yeah.
from that.
The funniest thing, there is archaeological evidence that humans built it. The evidence, you can look at the tombs. You can see a lot of the images, like of God Ra, are also in the pyramids. So if aliens built it, how did the aliens learn about human society? And if they interacted with the human, why is there no record of them interacting with the human?
So you really love history and geography, and ladies and gentlemen, he is just from telling us some of the things that a majority of us really do not understand. By the way, in truth, at times I shudder when I start to think about ancient civilization. But Hiram Edson here has a wide understanding when it comes to those aspects, right?
Yeah.
What other civilizations do you really love to study about?
Yeah, so history is divided into periods. Like there's a medieval period, the modern period, the ancient period, and also there's prehistory. But prehistory, there is a lot of debate, like about evolution and the religious point of view. But there, I'll not talk about it. Now, from the ancient time, I like certain civilizations like the Assyrian Empire, and how their military tactics are very interesting. And actually, their king, Ashurbanipal, we know about how he ruled Assyria with an iron fist. Yes, and also there is the legendary kingdom of Babylon, and part of it was the Achaemenid Empire. Yes, and also there's other things that are interesting, like China, the Warring States period, and the time of Mongol expansion, just how it was hard for the Chinese people. Yeah, we can learn a lot about their war tactics, like some books that some emperors wrote, like Sun Tzu. Yeah, he existed during that time of the Warring State period. Yeah, so a lot of people used that even in modern day wars, and they were successful.
So it's just a borrowing of what was there, is what they it's what they improvise and they use canon.
Yes.
All right. You mentioned something pertaining to the Babylonian kingdom. Have you also read much about it? Are you able to link the biblical narrations with the historical narrations? Are they marrying together, or from the historical point of view, what is your story?
Yeah, there's a lot of things about like the biblical. When I say biblical, I mean the Christian point of view. Like the Babylonians, the Bible likes to call them bad people.
Yeah.
The Babylonish things. Yeah, and Christians can know that. Also, the Babylonians were very advanced in scientific development. Yeah, they were actually one of the most advanced civilizations of the time. And their war machine was also great. It was a great civilization. But also the biblical narrative. A lot of historians have said that the Israelites were captives, so they hated the Babylonians. But I have no take on that. You can do your own research.
The viewers can do their own research. Now, kingdoms and monarchs are founded on economic and political pillars, right?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about some of the economic and political models of some of these kingdoms or some of these monarchs that you know?
Yeah, so in the oldest, according to me, is a theocracy, where a government is more of a religious government. In the modern world, there's examples like the Islamic Republic of Iran and Taliban ruled Afghanistan. Yeah, so those are examples of theocracies. But also that after the French Revolution, and also around that time of the Protestant Reformation, there also arose secular government, where they tried to split the church and the state, religion and state. Also can find that also democracy was an old thing in the Greek city-states. There was democratic ones. Yeah, and also many things like that. Yeah, and also economic. There is a lot of people have divided them into three. There is communism, capitalism, and socialism. A lot of people like to confuse communism and socialism, but in socialism is where all of the things are owned by the community. But communism is where it's owned by the government. Yeah, but now both communism and socialism are mostly by totalitarian regimes, which are regimes that try to have control over every aspect of human life. Examples, now there's not a lot. The communist countries, the 5 communist countries, both of them do not say that they are 100% communist. They have aspects of capitalist. Like China, they introduced private property, and that's against communism. Yes, and also North Korea. It's almost, some people say it's theocratic because of the allegiance to the supreme leader Kim Jong-un. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Academia session. We're having a very beautiful conversation with Brother Hiram Edson here. He has a rich background in history, and that is what we really want to explore. He wants to share with us much more. Now, Brother Edson, based on your curriculum and your field of study, what are some of the projects that you're currently running? What are some of the projects that you're currently doing as an individual?
Yeah, so I have a certain collaborator. You might have found him in one of the previous videos. Ili Abuto, we collaborated to make a vehicle, like a ship, that cleans the water because of the climate issues. And also, I personally, I found the energy issues, like gasoline will run out, so we need to find an alternative way. Then I found uranium or plutonium, which we can use. Yes, and 1 kg can produce a lot of energy. So if we switch to that, it will be better for the economy, because we will be moving things for long with a little.
Just hold it there. Don't say so much about it. There's somebody there who is looking at you and is wondering, where is this boy getting this rich knowledge from? It's from study.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk also is planning to make a nuclear vehicle you've not heard.
So the project which you're thinking of, Elon Musk is already planning on doing it.
Yeah.
All right. So apart from that science project, what other projects do you have currently?
Yeah, personally, I own 3 channels.
3
One-
YouTube channels?
Yeah. And I'm also on TikTok, but not that much. So I will not recommend you going there. And so my first channel, which is the most active, is History for Fun 27. Yeah, like we talked about history, and the thing that is there, I also said that I talked a lot about history. But you want to know more about history in a fun way, and also through edits, you can go to History for Fun 27. Also, also there is a news channel. If you're interested in news happening in the Asian continent, I know that there's not a lot of ways to know. There is like CNN, that one is not that popular. So I introduced 24 Asia, where I explore what's going on in Asia currently. Yeah.
Recently, in one of your videos in YouTube, after being referred to by a friend, I came across this video. Check it out.
These are the countries in the Asian continent. We're going to start with Russia, then Mongolia, then China, then there is Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, and then the Transcaucasian countries, where there is Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Then there is Turkey. Moving to the Middle East, we have Iran and Iraq, Syria, and there is Israel, the West Bank, Gaza, which are observer states. Then there is Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Oman is the Sultanate of Oman. There is United Arab Emirates. There is Qatar, and then we're going to go to the island. And then there we have Japan. Then we have the Republic of Korea and the People's Democratic Republic of Korea. Then there is Indonesia, then Malaysia, then Singapore, and then there is Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, and there is Myanmar, then there is India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Pakistan and Afghanistan, and then those are the Asian countries. There is Sri Lanka.
Well, based on the video that we have just seen, based on the video that you've just seen, you are so much interested in the Asian countries. What more can you tell us about these Asian countries? Because even your TV, you said it's called TV?
24 Asia.
Oh, 24 Asia. Even 24 Asia is focusing mostly on the Asian countries.
Yeah.
Why are you so much interested in the Asian countries?
Yeah, first we need to understand Asia is one of the most diverse continents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, apart from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Asia is diverse,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a country mostly for an ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's Thailand for the Thais,
Mm-hmm.
there is Myanmar for the people who come from the historical country of Burma,
Mm-hmm.
there is Vietnam for the Vietnamese,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and also there is countries that are made up of many ethnicities,
Mm-hmm.
like China,
Mm-hmm.
there is the Han Chinese,
Mm-hmm.
even the Uyghur,
Mm-hmm.
and many others.
Mm-hmm.
India also there is a lot of tribes. Yeah, like there is a Tamil
Mhm.
in the south, and many other tribes.
So it is this cultural diversity that really interests you in the Asian country.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Also, there's a lot of war issues,
Uh-huh.
so I might find you here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since you've talked about some of the war issues, there is currently a lot going on, rumors of wars and wars around the world. From a historical point of view, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, wars between North Korea and South Korea. North Korea does not recognize South Korea. So, and also North Korea is planning to launch an attack. We do not know when, but Kim Jong-un said it will not be in his lifetime. It will be for another successor. So there might be a war there. And we know South Korea is not that good with defending. Yeah, so they might rely a lot from the US. There's also other wars like the Kashmir issue, Pakistan, China, and India claiming the land for different reasons. Pakistan claiming it because it's a Muslim majority state. India claiming it because they had it for centuries. And China claiming it for their own political interests. Yeah, so, and also the war, a possible war between China and Taiwan. China is planning to unite the whole of China. And they're saying that Taiwan also belongs to China. Yeah, and since their favorite party failed in this election, they are angry and they are planning an attack. And also Russia and Ukraine.
And Ukraine is still on.
Yeah. Now that Russia captured Donbass and is moving 10 kilometers per year, average. Yeah.
So, I marvel at the way you are explaining these historical aspects, and the way you're bringing them up. And as we started, I told you very well that to me, history was much more of mastering of dates, knowing what happened during this time, remembering things of the old things that really, really, really just rocked my mind. I didn't understand them. So how do you really get to study history to love it?
Yeah, like firstly you can get interested with history from the current things, like we know the war between Palestine and Israel. Yeah, Palestine claiming the whole land and Israel also claiming the land. The UN trying to divide it, and Palestine thinking it is not divided correctly. And also Hamas's attack. Now you might trace it to a historical point of view, and you'll find the Oslo Accord, when they almost signed peace. Yeah, and also things like that. So if you look at what's going on in the world, then you go to what happened between those two countries in the past, you might develop an interest.
So the interest is drawn when you start looking at what is happening currently, and then you start relating it to what happened in the past.
Yeah, there's this person who said that you need to look at it as if you're looking at it today. Like the Russian-Ukrainian war. And now trace it back to the Kievan rules. Yes, and you'll also learn what brought the war.
Mm-hmm.
But our ancient history is where things boil up. If you are interested in religion, you can go to your religious history and also put it into the political history you're being taught in school. Yeah, like you can look at World War II and the massacre of Jews. Then you can trace it back when the Christians actually killed Jews. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Brother Hiram. It was a pleasure having you in studio today. Till we meet again, this is Academania. It is a session that helps us to learn much more about what is happening in the academic world.